And we're I didn't know I was talking. I was talking Good morning, everyone. And we're back with episode 17. Today's topic will be how to improve efficiency at work and how to stay focused. I know that's really
tough.
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
It's a tough thing to do, especially when you're self-employed, you're a small business owner. So I won't take too much time of me doing an introduction. Ralphie here.
Hector here.
Ruben here.
Lex, Kirsten.
Jackie and Yvonne are out doing other things, closing deals. They couldn't. They were booked today. But we'll take care of it. We'll take it from here. We'll carry the load. All right. So I know to improve the efficiency at work, I know one of the things is, I mean, you guys, we've talked about this before, is one of the things you want to do is just set a goal, right? Mm-hmm. Something that's reasonable. You don't want to exaggerate. So, you guys can chime in at any given time.
I like to focus on short-term goals.
Okay.
I have long-term goals too.
Okay.
But before that, I know that my short-term goals are the ones that are going to help me get to my long-term at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So just like take it like week by week and they have to be goals that you can achieve. You don't want to, realistically, you don't want to put something that's just going to stress you out just because you never get to that certain point.
Yeah, I think those short-term goals help too, because if you don't have any short-term goals and you just straight look long-term, you're going to get demotivated because you're not
achieving what you want to.
What you want to. So the short-term goals help you build up, and then you get to your long-term goals.
I guess the short term is kind of like crawling, right? And then the long term is where you start walking and then running.
Yeah, I think for me, I like to write it down and check it off as I go, just so I see the progress. Because other than that, I feel like if it's not written down, a lot of people tend to like forget about it, or they just set it, I'll do it next week, and then next week never comes. So
yeah, or they actually achieve the goal, but they don't realize it because they don't have it either in front of them or in their brain. Maybe they forget. They just don't realize they achieved something that they set out to do. So then that could also be demotivating.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So I know that starting next week, we're going to be coming up with some very interesting subjects. Will be fun. Well, I think we're going to shoot some video too, right?
Some
video.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason I'm bringing that up is that's one of my goals. It's reasonable, right? And we make these podcasts interesting. I think they all are. They're educational. Not everybody listens to us all the way through. And if they did, they'd learn a lot more. I had a couple of people listen to our podcast and they were impressed. And so they're sharing it with other people. But yeah, that's part of, I'm asking that question. That's one of the goals that we want to set.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Like, since you were an agent and didn't have your own business to you having your own business, how did your goals change? Like, did the way you went about your goals, did it change?
So goal number one, it was one of those things where I didn't really have a choice. It was one of those things that's either survive or die, right? It was one of those things where I got laid off. Went to a bunch of interviews. I got Bell's palsy. Nobody wanted to hire me for whatever reason. They weren't hiring. I went self-employed. And when I went self-employed with nothing in my pocket, I was like, oh my God, what goals do I have? Number one goal is to be able to put food on the table. And I had Ruben Jr. and Liana. So I had two babies that needed to eat. And I was at the point of, if I don't swim, I'm going to sink. And so I did everything I could to learn, to earn, and then, obviously get prepped for my real estate exam. So part of my goals were get your real estate license, start learning by helping someone, and in the process earn. So I got that out of the way. And, it was always, for me, it was long-term. It seemed long-term for me because I didn't know anything. I didn't really have mentorship. So it was one of those things where like either you do it or you don't, right? And fortunately for me, I went from being shy to not being shy. I asked a bunch of people. I started making money. And then once I started establishing myself with my license in place and everything, then my goal was to bring in Monica and bring in other people that can help me. I can help people. So my short-term goal was to get out of my rump, to get discipline. That was another thing. Discipline is very key. And then, and to be able to provide. And then as I went for the long term was to help my siblings or anybody that I knew, people in the office. Matter of fact, I started giving classes 2 years into real estate because I learned so much, and I had about maybe 15 to 20 people on average that I was training, even brokers from other offices. So, and that goal, that was also another goal that I had to teach other people to be able to teach and recruit. For me, it was one of those wild things where you had no choice but to have a goal, but it was kind of like a sloppy one. It was one of those things where you had to, or else you wouldn't be able to make it. I didn't want to get on welfare and all this other stuff. So I said, no, there's no way, right? But once I got established, then I created my goals. And then I bought into the company. One of my goals was to buy into the company. I gave the owner $90,000, became part owner. I was now 31, 4 years into real estate, and I became the owner. Then later on, I separated from that company when I opened my own office. And those were my goals, was to always separate and then get my own office. And the economy was bad. I went to a small office, little tiny, I want to call it a shoebox. It was me and Steve and Denise. Yeah. And then we went from 3 to Denise got a job. Money came in, went to 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20. Now we're in our 50s. We're in our 50s with agents, and we still don't. I turn a lot of people away because there's no room, right? So that's why we're buying an office. Yeah. But my goal has always been to always better myself, right? I came to this office here. I made the coffee. I brought the water. I would go to, which at that point was Save On, became CVS. I'd get the water, the 5 gallons, come up the stairs, or Steve would help me and bring up the stairs. I'd mop, I'd clean, I did everything. I even painted. I wasn't afraid to do anything. One thing when you do goals, guys, don't be afraid to do the dirty work. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care if I make $1 billion, $1 trillion, $1 million, or 100. I'm the same person, and I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Firm believer, God will help you if you help yourself. My goals have always been to always better myself, but that's a long-term thing that I've actually been able to accomplish. Now my goal is to get you all to be where I'm at and further. You understand? And it's going to be all up to you guys. But anyways, yes, thank you for asking that question. So the next thing I think we want to talk about is
how to tweak your time management practices.
Yeah, that one's interesting.
No, yeah. Just because sometimes you find yourself buried in work and then jumping from task to task, and it's clear, and you're not clear with what you're actually trying to do, and you don't know how to be efficient when it comes to doing your work.
Yeah, and that actually happened to me yesterday because I knew I had so much things to do here, but I'm kind of jumping from one thing to another before I finish one. So I was like, let me talk to Ralph. Let me see what he suggests I do. And he's like, okay, finish this first, do what I'm doing, and then finish this, and this, and after. And then by the time you see the time is already like 4 or 5 o'clock, you're like, well, I got so much stuff done already. And it's better to do that than to jump from one task to another,
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Girls, I know you guys have changed your time management. Kay has shifted her time from waking up at 9:30 in the night. No, I'm just kidding. 9:30 in the morning to like 7 now, and then she stays up, doing the podcast and audio video, which we appreciate that. Alexis has been able to wake up earlier and get in earlier. Sometimes wants to beat me, which is good. But when I saw that, I decided to beat her.
Beat her back on.
Yeah. So I was like, really? So, but it's not that, it's just that we all manage our time. And I
think we just feel more productive.
Yeah.
And when you feel more productive, you feel more accomplished.
Yeah. And then you want to get more stuff done because the accomplishment feels good.
Yeah, it gets you eager for more.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then another thing too I would suggest is if you get a task done as soon as you wake up, it sets you on success for the rest of your day. So like if you wake up, usually you don't usually do your bed or whatever, you just get up first, you go do something good on your phone. You get up and do your bed right away, you feel more eager to get more things done. So I've been starting to do that, do my bed.
I know you guys are going to the gym and everything too, right?
Yeah.
That helps you guys too.
Don't go on social media right when you wake up.
Yeah.
Because your brain automatically goes in like alert mode. That's to say, like right when you wake up, like you can like turn off your alarm or do something quick, but then just get up, do your bed, go to your shower, get ready, start your day, go to the gym, do whatever you have to do in your morning routine.
Personal.
But don't check emails, don't check Instagram, Snapchat, or other stuff like that. Just because it just triggers your mind. It's better if you just drive to the gym with your own thoughts. Just with your own personal thoughts of like who you are, what do you want to do today, what goals you want to do, focus on, and I think that has been very helpful.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at that because I wake up early, but then by the time I actually get out of the bed, it's already like 30 minutes later,
At 3, 2, 1 worked for me. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
That did not work.
It works for me. Just put it in your head. I'm a rocket. 3, 2, 1. Get out.
No, that's a good one. I'm gonna try
I
that.
think I have a bad habit of like dreaming about deals, and then I wake up and I like look at my email right away. And
Yeah, but that's a good.
I think that's
a
normal.
good thing.
I've
It's
had
normal,
it.
but at
I've
the
had
same
that before
time-
too.
Yeah, I feel like it isn't good though.
I think
That's-
it's
To dream
because you
about
go to
deals.
bed sleeping about stuff like work stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because your mind isn't shut down.
Well, that's where the next subject is, right? Learn to say no. That's what you need to learn how to say no.
Mhm.
You got clients that you want to save. They're like up shit's creek with no paddles, and you're like, let me get you the paddles.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You know, so and because you care, and because you said maybe instead of yes, right? We don't say yes, we say maybe. You don't want to say no, but sometimes it's okay to say no.
Yeah, especially if the situation doesn't better you or it's gonna waste time and money, you should just say no.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Right?
No, yeah.
And then, of course, you want to create a routine you love.
I think that is key
Yeah.
to success. You want to create a routine you love, just because like if you're making up your own routine, it has to be something you like, and you're gonna be wanting to do it every day.
Right.
Why do you want to create something that you're not even gonna be able to keep up?
Yeah,
With
or
yourself.
enjoy.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just gonna drain you.
Yeah, if you're not enjoying it.
How about wanting to be perfect all the time?
Yeah,
No.
That's just the next one. Let go of perfection, right?
Yeah,
Like,
especially in this business, no matter how perfect you want to be, it's not always going to be perfect. So
Mhm.
I say, Jesus was very near perfect because
Yeah.
God is perfect, right? We're not him, and
Nope.
but being perfect. I mean, there's people who strive for getting close to being perfect. We can be great at it, but we're not going to be perfect.
and it's a bad thing too because you're going to put self-doubt in yourself and
Yeah.
have limiting beliefs too, and that's just going to bring you down, 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 down. And then at the end of the day, you're just not going to want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, another thing is like when you joke about like, "Oh, I'm so stupid," or like you just kind
Talk
of
down on yourself.
talk down on yourself, but in a jokingly manner. I feel like that's you actually.
You start believing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've actually read about that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
The worst I do, I get mad at myself and I won't talk to myself for a minute. It's the worst.
And then-
they start putting that in their head, and then
Yeah.
it automatically becomes just a thought. So when things go wrong, that intrusive thought comes back as like it circulates back around, and it's just saying like, "Oh, this didn't go well," and it's like, "Why? Oh, because I'm not a good agent."
They plant
Yeah.
it's like they plant their own seed.
Mhm.
Exactly.
That's why you got to embrace the setbacks too, because if you don't, then
That's what makes you stronger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Accept the setback because that's
Yeah.
only going to make you bounce back even stronger.
You know what's one thing that switched my train of thought this week was when things don't go right or when things are not aligning the way you want them. Just instead of thinking like, "Oh my God, like why isn't it going right?" or like, "What am I doing?" Just think about like, what is it trying to teach me?
yeah,
Right.
Like what is it really
Yeah.
trying to teach you? Like
And the-
patience,
yeah.
knowing how to lose,
The
or
purpose.
just
right?
find the
Yeah.
actual purpose in
In the
it.
Yeah.
long run, like what
Yeah.
it's teaching.
Which is connect with your purpose. That's where,
Yeah, because
Segue
without
right into
purpose,
it.
you're just living life with no guide to do anything.
we all have a purpose. I think we all have a purpose until the day we die. And then it's, God says, hey, it's time to go. But we're all born with a purpose. You just got to figure it out. How to stay disciplined. You guys can give a few pointers here on how to stay
Well, I say
disciplined.
create a routine
Mhm.
and make
Yeah.
it a habit. Don't just create it to create it.
Yeah, I know habits are made in how many days? I feel
It's
I
like
think
3
3.
weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Of ongoing practice.
I'm going to practice. Yeah,
Becomes like muscle memory type of thing?
Yeah.
Basically.
and then take good care of yourself because health is wealth. If you take care of your body, your
Mhm.
mind, it's going to show in your
I
workplace
agree
too.
with that.
Mhm.
So if you're disciplined, because having a good body shows discipline and stuff like that, then you can have discipline in the workplace
It
as well.
just gives you confidence.
Yeah,
When you feel
yeah. Working
good.
out does give you confidence.
It's like, what does it look good, feel good, or something?
Yeah,
like that.
literally.
Also, I think what you eat too, a lot of like
Mhm.
your gut
Yeah.
has to do with your mental.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Because bad gut health can lead to like bad mental health. And things
Yeah,
like that.
it could
It's
lead to like
crazy how it goes.
laziness.
Yeah.
And a negative attitude
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of
Which
the
is crazy.
stress in the food. Yeah. Seek out support.
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah. Don't be afraid
It's
to
okay
ask.
not to be okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, those are a few good pointers to stay disciplined, right? Another thing that we want to talk about is to maintain control and focus, right? You want to be able to maintain control and focus.
And have self control too. I think that's a very important one. Even when it comes to food,
Right.
or when it comes to your anger, if
So-
you don't have self control,
You're in a spiral.
Yeah.
it just makes your life so much easier once you're able to have self control because you're able to control. For example, like if you're on a diet, you see an Oreo cookie, and you really want that Oreo cookie. You know you shouldn't eat it, and you go and eat it. Your whole diet's already gone, and then you keep doing that often and often and often, and then there goes your diet for 2 weeks.
Because you'll be like, I'll just start again tomorrow.
And once you learn how to say no, which is very important, that's when you know you're able, like, you just feel so much stronger in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think what we're talking about, the maintaining the control and focus, one thing that turning off notifications on your phone, dude, that is so key. Like, honestly, it is, because you get that interruption. You're focused on something, whether you're prepping for your exam, for your courses, you're talking to your client, you're pricing, or whatever the case be. You see that and you just can't help but look at it and see what it says.
Yep.
And so you want to turn off notifications, which is good.
That even happens to me, like when I'm going to bed and I hear a text message, I'm like, oh my God, is it a client? And I like want to wake up and check it, but I'm like, okay.
I'm exactly the same.
I have to wind down.
Which is bad. Right? Which is bad.
Yeah, no, because everyone always needs like self-care. You don't need a whole day for self-care, but you got to cut out a piece of your day to dedicate it to self-care. Because if you don't let your body reset, you're just going to feel drained 24/7. And then that leads to not being motivated, no self-discipline, and then you just spiral down. So you got to learn how to disconnect a little bit from work too, which could be hard.
Very true. That's something that I had a problem with. Closing the door to your office. I hate doing it, but I have to start making it a habit, because what happens is we're busy doing something, and I can even say Yvonne, right? She's like, somebody walks in and she's busy doing something, and then she gives you this look that makes you think like she don't want to help you, but it's that she's focused on something.
Right.
Or I'll be on the phone and I'll have certain agents show up and ask me questions while they see me on the phone, and it's like, maybe I need to close the door. I hate closing the door because they think it's you're not welcome to come talk to me, ask me questions. So sometimes I just leave it open, and I hate giving that look like I'm on the phone type of thing. But we need to start closing your door, especially in the other office. You'll have doors to close, so it's okay to close your door.
Good thing in the new office you're gonna be upstairs.
Yeah,
you won't be bothered by no agents.
So what I'm gonna do is I'll let you guys take this from here right now. I have a 12 o'clock with the app developer.
Nice.
But, and I'm saying this live because I'm sharing this with our people, right? I have a 12 o'clock. I got to talk to this. They're out of Florida. So they'll be giving me a call in the next 2 minutes. But you guys can take it from here. You probably never had a podcaster walk on a podcast because they're not real, but I'm real. And I'm telling my people, thank you.
Yeah.
I know you guys got it down to 4 because Mr. here has the 3, 2, 1, get on the phone.
Yeah.
But the finishing off with this, telling those around you not to distract you for a period of time.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to distract you guys, but I'm just telling you guys.
No.
So, but yeah, anyways, Ruben and myself going to sign out, but you guys stay on, right?
Yeah.
And take it from here. Thank you guys.
You do, sure.
And I'll talk to you guys soon. And I got to fly to New York tomorrow night. So we'll see you guys.
Have a safe trip.
Good luck.
Yeah. Take care.
So I have a question for you guys. So what can someone do to manage their time properly, and what methods are helpful to use for people who have a hard time focusing on a task and staying still, which is me?
So personally, I disconnect myself in the morning. Like, even when I come to the office, I try not to check my phone. From like the second that I walk in up to like 10 o'clock or 9, I go on it.
Yeah.
But then that just helps me out to get focused on what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like write down, like, okay, I need to follow up on this. I need to check this today. I want to accomplish this by today. And then after that, I start going through it. Because if I start going on my phone, my day's gone already.
Yeah.
I lost like 2-3 hours already. And then I start going on TikTok, and it's just not a thing.
So you're good at eliminating distractions, which is what I noticed. Like, your work time, I would say, is like from, you get here around 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
From 7 to like 11, you just straight work, I've noticed, which is really good.
Did you know we all have different peak hours? I was telling them about that. There was this TikTok lady, she was a realtor, and she mentioned we all need to find our peak hours. My peak hours are from 6 to 10 a.m. That's when I can focus the most and I retain more. Yeah. For example, Jackie's peak hours is from like 6 p.m. to 11 at night. That's when she like does so much, or she randomly like, I get a phone call and she's like, I opened up this business page or did a whole QR code and like full detail. Then it's important to figure out our peak hours and when we focus the most, because that's when we're supposed to be trying to fit in most of the work that we're supposed to do during the day. Like, what would you say your peak hour is?
I'd say like 8 to 12.
Yeah, no, mine's definitely in the evening from like 5 to 9, 10.
Really, to 10?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, mine would probably be like, let's say like 1 to like when I leave, like around 5:30. That's when I get the most of the work done. I'm so distracted earlier, which is all bad. But yeah, like you guys said, turning off notifications on your phone is a good
That
thing.
also friends that like don't have the same standard or same moral as you.
Yeah.
And like aren't as,
Yeah.
everyone has different goals. And if theirs are totally different and they contradict what your goals are, I think letting them know that like, okay, I don't know, there's some people that like they'll just take partying over actually focusing on their goals because they kind of lose that mindset once they're around those people. Because I guess it's like, what is that saying? Whoever you hang out with is like,
it's like,
what you become.
It's like, show me your friends and I'll show you yourself or your future, something like that.
Yeah, I think
that's very true because either friends could push you the right way, they could push you the wrong way. Like you said, not everybody is on a schedule like us, so they'll call you, text you whenever. They'll be like, "Oh, let's do this, let's do that."
Right.
Yeah. Just surround yourself by like all my friends. Like they're very understanding. Like I keep my circle small.
Right.
So like if I can't hang out today, then they know I'm not gonna like hang out like weekly, and they know that I don't text. I don't text my friends every day. They call me. Or they randomly text the chat and then like, I haven't heard from Ralph. Is he okay?
Yeah.
Or they ask Jackie how I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should reach out.
Yeah.
I feel bad sometimes because I got used to already being like alone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a loner, but I love my time alone.
Yeah.
And then if I do go out and they invite me out to a dinner or something, don't get me wrong, like I'll go. So go and have fun. I enjoy going out to dinner, especially if I'm gonna try good food. I can't say no to that.
It's nothing personal. It's just like you trying to focus on you and your business and growth. Not, that's how I feel.
What do you guys think about coffee? You guys think it helps? Small doses, big doses?
Small doses, yes. Large doses, no. Because then I'll be just wandering around the office. I can't stay focused. I'd be bouncing from task to task. But like small doses, yeah, it can definitely help.
It depends on the person, I feel.
Yeah.
Some people can take like the strongest coffee and
You know what? Yesterday, I went to dinner with one of my friends and she mentioned like, oh, you should always eat like something before you drink coffee. Just because if you have coffee the first thing in the morning, it puts your body into like flight or fight mode. Okay. Which it has you like super alert the whole day. Kind of like, that's what gives like the anxiety.
That adrenaline.
Yeah. That's what they said. Just like, to avoid that, like have something small before you have your coffee.
Yeah, it's not like a good kickstart. It's like a shaky, like weird. Yeah,
I probably have it around 10, but for me, I need it every day. It helps a lot. One, the taste is good, and then two, it helps me focus at least for the couple hours.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I know, Ralph, you had a technique you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, no. When it comes to focusing, and you're having a hard time. When I was studying, when I was taking, science classes, I would use the Pomodoro technique. And then I know Jackie loves to use the technique a lot, too.
What is that technique? Because I've never heard of that.
So, basically, this helps you stay focused and helps you get a lot done in less time. So, basically, it's a timing method. And you're training your brain to stay on task for short periods. So, basically, how it works is you set your timer for 25 minutes and you get to work. When the buzzer sounds, you take a 5-minute break. And then you set again the timer and back to your 25 minutes.
Okay, so you're breaking it down to 25-minute intervals of studying with the 5-minute break?
Yeah. Okay. But during those 5-minute breaks, when I was doing it, I wouldn't go on my phone or anything like that. During those 5 minutes, I would either walk outside, get some fresh air, or you don't want to distract yourself more. That break is just from you taking a break from all the reading you're doing and everything you're absorbing, then kind of refresh your mind. Basically resetting in those 5 minutes. Then you go back and you do it again.
Oh, that's good. I feel like that way you help retain more knowledge when studying, because if you just cram so much, you're going to get brain fog too,
Yeah.
So that's a good one, yeah.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I need to practice that before my next midterm because I've never done that before. That sounds like a good idea.
I know. And then if you go on your phone during 5 minutes, it's going to fly. You're going to feel like you took a 2-second break and you're like, this isn't enough. And then you're just going to push it out and be like, oh, I'll set the timer for later.
Yeah.
It's just procrastination.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so you don't want to go on your phone, walk outside, take a break.
Or just put your phone on lock, like social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid it. I've tried that throughout the whole day before, where I don't use social media the whole day, nothing at all, and I've got so much done. Remember I told you the other day where I was just like, dude, I did so much today.
Oh yeah.
And then I was so bored that like I was like, I need to go talk to someone because I don't know what to talk. I was like, I was here alone. I was like, I literally was in the front with someone. I've been in that office because it's so cold in here in the mornings. I go there in the
Oh, I
morning.
know. Yes.
Too
I
deep from
get here yesterday morning, and I'm like, "Where's Ralph?" I see his stuff's out. See his car's here, and I go. He's working in your guys' office. he's like, "Is it warmer in our office?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go back." But anything else you guys want to chime in about?
We're good. Yeah.
Yeah, then we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. We want to thank you for the continuous support. Thank you for reaching out on social media, the comment section. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, and then this is Hector signing out.
This is Ralph signing out.
Kirsten signing out.
Lex out.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.